Hi there. Today I'm going to take you through the Lone Worker app that you can download onto pretty much any Android or Apple phone that's out there. Very easy way to download this app and be immediately monitored over by our response center over at Lone Worker Safety Solutions. Let's get right to it. Extremely easy for your employees to download this and get going right away. If they've got an Apple, go ahead into the Apple Store, download the appropriate app, and the same thing if they've got an Android, they can go to the Google Store, download the app, and then from there, once the app appears on their phone, very easily, they go ahead and tap it, open it up, and they'll have to enter in their email and then, of course, a password that they would have created. Once they do that, you just go ahead, hit the Remember Me, and log in. That'll be the last time they ever have to go and do that part. And then going forward, all they need to do is hit that app, and it will take them automatically to the screen that you see here. So they're not monitored yet. They still have to actually physically sign in. And so for that, we're going to go ahead and hit that button at the top. And this takes them to a screen that looks like this. And we're going to set a shift timer. And really, this is a time that they think that they will be done today. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it for 6 p.m. We're going to assume that my shift is over at 6 p.m. I'm in the middle of a building right now. Usually it picks up my GPS, but for now I'm going to have to put in a manual location to get things started. I'm going to go ahead and sign on. There we go. Over at Lone Worker Safety Solutions, this person has now popped up on the map. They're being monitored. All the policies, all the procedures with that person are right there in front of them. Let's look at a couple of key features on this screen right away. Number one, the sign-off time. We just completed that. I'm done at 6 o'clock, and really what that means is it's a bit of an alarm clock. So at about 5 minutes to, my device is going to start alarming me to say, hey, Jeff, looks like it's the end of your shift. You might want to go in and sign off from your app, which is what I could do by hitting this button here. The next thing up here, of course, is the safety timer. This is a check-in timer. So right now mine is set for 2 hours. And before this expires, I need to go in here and go ahead and hit that check mark to reset it. If I forget to do it again a few minutes prior, my device is going to start alarming saying, hey, make sure you go in here and hit the check mark. If I fail to do either of those, if I fail to do the check mark, an alarm will go off over at Lone Worker Safety Solutions, and they will be involved to make sure that I'm okay. In any case, I don't have to wait for this to go down to 0. I can go ahead and hit that button anytime to reset it back to my 2 hours. And probably the biggest feature on this, of course, is since we are monitoring GPS, if we can see that you've gone a fairly good distance in a short amount of time, i.e. you are driving a vehicle, we are going to assume, or rather the automated system is going to assume, that you are in fine operating condition, and it's automatically going to check you in as you're driving along. So really, if you were to drive for 2 hours, if I were to get in a vehicle and drive for 2 hours, I would get to my destination 2 hours later, and I would see that my safety timer is still at around 2 hours because it's just automatically checking me in. Great feature. Guys out in the field, really reduces the number of times they have to go in and do anything with this app throughout the day. I'm going to go down to the bottom here. I'm not going to worry about assist or journey, but I'm going to focus on hazard and emergency. The hazard is a huge feature because what this does is it overrides your safety timer. So if we can think of somebody that is about to go and do something riskier, maybe they're about to go work on an electrical box, or maybe they are about to go climb up a ladder, they can start a safety timer which will reduce the safety check-in time. So in this case, I am going to go ahead and climb up a ladder. I'm going to hit done, and I know this project is going to take me about 15 minutes to complete. I'm going to go ahead and start that timer, and now you'll see that my safety timer has now gone to 15 minutes. Really, now worst case is if I get up on the ladder and I fall and become unconscious, really we're only looking at a few minutes before my timer goes down to 0. Once this hits 0, The alarms are definitely going to go off over Lone Worker Safety Solutions. They will see that I was in hazard mode. They will be able to see that I was climbing up a ladder, and then they will do, of course, the proper escalations and procedures to make sure that I get response as soon as possible. I can, of course, as I'm doing my activity, go ahead and reset this timer or adjust it for a different timer. But in this case, I finished my project. I'm okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that. I'm going to go back to my regular time, 2-hour safety check-in timer. Emergency button is exactly what it is. It is medical distress, or there's an accident, or I need immediate assistance from the Lone Worker Safety Solutions professionals to help me with some sort of critical situation. I'm going to go ahead and press this button, send the emergency, and you'll notice right away, one interesting thing is that my phone automatically is phoning Lone Worker Safety Solutions, and within just a couple of seconds, the phone line is actually open. I'm talking with somebody, one of the agents that are there. If I'm unconscious, at the very least, they can at least hear what's going on around me, but more importantly, there's at least some sort of dialogue that I can be talking to somebody immediately. Over at Lone Worker Safety Solutions, my alarm has gone off. They immediately open up my information. They've got my name. They've got any relevant information to go with me. The map opens up. It shows exactly where I am. And not only that, it can actually open up the people, my closest employees that are around me that might be on the same system. And if necessary, they can maybe call on them to maybe come for assistance if necessary. But they essentially have all of the call downs for all your supervisors, managers to be able to take this to the next level and get response to you as soon as possible. I'm going to stop out of this. I'm okay. That was just a test. And now it's really just the end of the day. I've completed my shift. In fact, maybe my alarm went off to let me know that I'm at the end of my shift, and I'm going to go ahead and sign out by pressing that button. Again, I'm in the middle of a building, so I'm going to have to put in a manual location, apply that, sign off, and there we go. I'm now logged off from the system. I'm not being tracked anymore. I'm back at home, safe and sound. That concludes the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 1-866-687-3591. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye for now.